4 blocks of water, surface water, flowing down this alley.
Homeowners are fighting to keep water out of their homes all afternoon, and the forecast says there's a lot more rain to come.
Jacoby was a quiet leader.
The city of Walker reeling tonight from the tragic death of a former high school athlete. His principal talking about him for the first time.
Plus, authorities say this video may finally lead to justice for a 14-year-old boy shot and killed. The news begins in 15 seconds.
Louisiana's going to be rocking. I'm excited to get back, see everybody.
Next at 10, the Tigers are just one game away from reaching the ultimate goal. Tonight, the Tigers are Peach Bowl champs. And Tiger fans are already partying all over Atlanta. We'll take you to the celebrations in the Peach State.
He exemplifies everything we're about heart, character, grit.
And how the LSU family is rallying around one of their own tonight. Good evening, I'm Bess Casserly. News 2 at 10 is next.
Finally, we all just pulled one last time as hard as we could, and she finally moved.
A terrifying fiery crash on Airline Highway. Hear from one of the heroes who pulled a victim out of that blaze.
Erosion is posing a problem in Falls River. Coming up, how the Point Coupee Parish is planning to delay this in a new way.
And inmates using the skills they learned to save a baby. We'll tell you how when the news begins in 15 seconds.
Seems a little bit of situational ethics, frankly, to me.
Tonight at 6, the spotlight is on the PMAC. With an SEC title on the line, the Tigers are carrying on without Will Wade. Plus, breaking news today, the Tigers are without a key player as well. We'll break down what Javonte Smart's absence means for the Tigers season. Plus, a state of emergency in Point Coupee Parish as the Mississippi River rises. Good evening, I'm Bess Casserly. WBRZ News 2 at 6 is next.
Now, WBRZ News 2 starts with breaking news.
As we come on the air, an out-of-control fire still burning on I-10. Wrecked 18-wheelers exploding into this giant blaze almost 2 hours ago. The interstate shut down from Baton Rouge to Lafayette. That's just one of the problems on the roads. That fire and stormy weather making a mess of the drive home. Live to the scene of that fiery wreck in the middle of the Basin Bridge. Hazmat crews now there. And things probably won't be cleared anytime soon. Got a lot to get to, including the dramatic video of that crash burning hot on the bridge. Sylvia Weatherspoon has the late-breaking details. She's live with the Newsroom Alert.
Yeah, Brittany, that video is incredible, but let's start with new information first. Just coming into the newsroom, firefighters only just returned to that fire after backing away out of concern over what was burning. The wreck erupting into a fire between Baton Rouge and Lafayette on the I-10 Basin Bridge just after 2 o'clock, so about 2 hours ago. We are told there are multiple people being treated for injuries related to the crash and at least one burned victim. Video shows a handful of 18-wheelers mangled together, what appears to be one car. That fire so intense, parts of the wreckage exploded. Take a look at the center of your screen. About 15 minutes after the wreck, our traffic cameras were recording at the moment debris blew from the wreck and into the water. Hazmat crews are on the scene right now since this involves at least one tanker truck of some kind. Both sides of the basin are closed as crews deal with this fire. So far, no reports of any person being killed. Bridge inspectors will have to check and okay the bridge before it's reopened to traffic. But for now, that's the very latest. Live from the newsroom, Brittany.
Sylvia, thanks. Traffic, certainly a big story today. Here's Jordan with more.
Yeah, Brittany, thank you. And this really isn't even about traffic anymore, but driver safety. It's nearly 2 hours later after this happened. They're still trying to contain this fire. And over here on the eastbound side, you can see nobody's allowed to pass. But we are going to keep monitoring this all evening long on our newscast and, of course, on WBRZ.com. Brittany, back to you.
Jordan, thanks. Quite a few storms rolling through today, too.
Yeah, we finally let the flash flood watch expire over the weekend, but it was.
Now, WBRZ News 2 at 10.
The Sunshine Bridge in crisis once again today. For the second time in less than a year, a ship crashed into and damaged the Sunshine Bridge. Good evening. That happened just before 2 this afternoon, but as you can see, all lanes are open now. And let's take another look at that impact. The side of the ship slammed right into a center portion beam coming out of the water. And though the lanes are now open, the ship did cause some damage. Now, this is a look at the damage from the river. According to the St. James Sheriff's Office, fencing around that center portion has been damaged. You can see part of that fencing has partially collapsed. Luckily, no one was injured. Now, it may have felt like deja vu for the people who use that bridge each and every day. Just last October, a crane on another boat hit that bridge, causing months of headaches for drivers. The bridge being hit again is the last thing they wanted to hear. News 2's Earl Phelps joins us with more on what they're thinking now. Earl?
Well, Brandy, as you can imagine, folks were saying, here we go again, traffic congestion and extra long way out of the way detours.
First happening now this afternoon, strong storm is now fizzling. Strong wind toppled trees. They blew limbs around. Look at this, a pine limb exploding, caught there on power lines.
And right now, about 6,000 Entergy customers in Baton Rouge are without power. Thousands of others out across our area as well. Chief Meteorologist Josh Each is tracking it all tonight.
Thanks very much, Sylvia. Michael, some hail earlier today as well.
Now, WBRZ News 2 at 10.
And as we come on the air, Dakota Terrio is now coming to grips with his own reality. Jail is much different than life on the outside. Good evening. He's tied to the deaths of 5 people, including his own parents and girlfriend, her dad, and her brother. The bloody crime scenes in 2 parishes. The girlfriend's family shot and killed near Walker. Deputies say Terrio then stole a truck from them and drove to his parents' house in Ascension, where he shot and killed them too. We've got team coverage on the late-breaking details in the case. Hear how deputies tracked him down, and the suspect's friends are breaking their silence. But first, the family's shocked tonight. Despite an arrest, nothing is helping them move on just yet. News 2's Bess Carsley starts off tonight. She spoke with family and friends of the Ernestises. The family deputies say Terrio killed first in his killing spree.
21-year-old Summer, 17-year-old Tanner, and their father Billy were loved by everyone. Summer worked helping make fire trucks. Billy had a 1-year-old baby, and Tanner was just a junior at Denham Springs High School. The tragedy is unimaginable, but the family knew immediately who did it.
Now, WBRZ News 2 at 10.
It is my pleasure to announce the 2019 winner and 85th recipient of the Heisman Memorial Trophy is Joe Burrow, Louisiana State University. Congratulations.
Here is your moment, Tiger fans. The Heisman Trophy is returning to Baton Rouge for the first time since 1959. In what may be the greatest season in LSU history, Joe Burrow is officially the 85th recipient of the Heisman Trophy. And we're everywhere tonight with live coverage on this historic moment. We start in New York City, where Joe Burrow finally lifted up that Heisman Trophy, and that's where Sports 2's Michael Cobble starts us off tonight to break down this emotional evening for Burrow in the state of Louisiana.
Yeah, how about that? Such a love affair between the two, and Joe Burrow bursting with emotions as he accepted the 85th Heisman Trophy this evening right here in New York. Just a fantastic evening for the Tigers. The finalist, well, now he is your Heisman winner. An amazing fact that LSU Louisianans are now wrapping their head around.
You know, this is what little kids dream of doing. When I envision myself.
All right, that's Michael Cobble in New York City, and the celebration is crossing state lines tonight in Athens, Ohio, where Joe Burrow grew up. His fans packed a bar to cheer on their hometown hero. News 2's Sydney Curtin was there in Athens to capture their reaction. Sydney?
Bess, what a night it was out here. People were cheering, "Go Joey, Joey," because of course that's what they call him out here. Everyone brought out these fans to use.
Now, WBRZ News 2 at 10.
EMS and fire en route, supposed to have somebody trapped.
This car erupting in flames, a woman trapped inside. Tonight, the story of those who pulled her to safety.
That crash happened around 7 o'clock this morning on Airline Highway in St. John the Baptist Parish.
Police say a drunk driver slammed into the back of the car, pinning that driver inside. Tonight, she is saying thanks to the people for saving her life. News 2's Mark Armstrong spoke with one of them tonight.
Michael Sylvia, one of those men saying he was too scared to give up trying, while state police say that woman certainly would have died if it wasn't for them.
4 men endured whipping flames and intense heat to save one stranger trapped inside her burning car.
But I couldn't have done it without them. No matter how hard I was trying, I couldn't have done it without any of them.
And the ones that we saw in the video there, they weren't the only Good Samaritans out there this morning. There were also several people who carried the man accused of causing the crash inside to a nearby business after he leapt out of his vehicle into the ditch. Sylvia?
All right, Mark, thank you for that. An amazing story. A news update to a story we have been following since yesterday. Police identified a man found shot to death Sunday morning near Spanish Town. A jogger found the body of 35-year-old Marshall Larks at the end of Canal Street and Spanish Town Road. Police say Larks suffered multiple gunshot wounds. That investigation is ongoing.
Acquitted on murder charges, Jacob Westbrook speaking out tonight about his 3 years behind bars. Facing life in prison, he tried to stay positive through his nightmare.
I just learned to find myself, really. I learned to ignore the lies because I know the truth of, myself.
Last week, a jury acquitted Westbrook of murder charges in the death of Todd Tubes. His attorneys say that death was in self-defense and he had no prior disciplinary issues. Westbrook also says he is now focused on getting a driver's license and completing his GED.
New at 10 o'clock, BRPD needs your help identifying this suspect accused of robbing a meat market at gunpoint last year. Authorities say the man robbed Citytown Meat Market on North Acadian Thruway in December. He allegedly obtained an undisclosed amount of money and fled the store on foot. You can contact BRPD if you have information.
One person hurt today after crashing right into a BRPD unit. It happened at the corner of Evangeline Street and Plank Road. That driver, we're told, ran a red light and broadsided the police SUV. That officer was not hurt. The driver, though, got a ticket. How about a live look over the Intracoastal Bridge tonight? No traffic right now, but 50,000 commuters of West Baton Rouge Parish use this bridge to get to I-10 each and every day.
Officials say this 60-year-old bridge is in dire need of replacement, but DOTD is opting to repair the bridge that crosses the Port Allen Lock. DOTD is in the process of replacing 57 joints on both spans of the bridge to extend its life. To do that without having to close lanes on the busy section of road, DOTD is using steel plates to bridge 1 to 2 foot gaps in the concrete. The solution saves drivers the traffic headache of a one-way road, but it's causing quite the bumpy ride.
Whenever they remove the joints to replace it, or even just to repair it, it would create a large enough gap that it would not be safe for the public to drive over. So in an effort to not have to close down the lanes while they work to repair underneath, they had to put the metal plates.
DOTD says the plates could be there until early July if the weather cooperates.
Years of runoff as filling up False River and New Roads was sealed. Part of the river is only a foot high, creating a problem for the area most used for boating and fishing. The parish is now looking to slow down Mother Nature. News 2's Sydney Kern joining us now with this upcoming dredging effort.
Michael, it's a new strategy never done on False River. Crews are going to remove all of this silt on the north side and dump it on private land. That way the river can get some much needed depth.
Brothers Frank Stevens and Sean Penny.
They can in turn use it on their property to do what they need to.
Tebow says this will be more effective. The lake will be deeper, more enjoyable for the city that thrives on this water.
That'd be real good on that to get it done.
The dredging will cost $1.6 million funded through the state. It'll begin as early as the end of this week, lasting 5 months. The parish president says it will not affect a lot of the boating activity in the summer.
Slow but steady progress is being made for the town of Clinton. It has earned the mayor a 30-day extension to fix more of its financial woes. Today, state auditors met with Mayor Lori Bell to see just how much progress she's made to fix some of the town's financial problems, partly preventing the purchase of a new water system. Officials now saying progress is being made.
As of now, the water is acceptable to drink, and I'm pretty sure we're very optimistic that that is not going to change.
I did receive a response from the town on our administrative order for the first 30-day items. For the most part, it looks like they have complied with the majority of those items.
Niles Hamer says residents might see an increase in service fees in order to provide funding for a new water system. Engineers will submit a report to assess how to permanently fix the water system. That report is due next month.
Next at 10, doctors seeing a flu uptick and That virus making its way up Louisiana from New Orleans. We'll tell you how to protect yourself.
On WBRZ Plus, one dog is dreaming big, but coming up a little small. Why he is reaching for the sky. That's at 10:35 on Cox Cable Channel 1011, ETEL 2, and our streaming sites.
It's been a while, folks, when we had soaking rain, but it looks like this is going to be the week as we lock in the showers tomorrow, lasting all the way to Friday. Right now, however, it's cloud cover and chilly and 55 degrees. Winds from northeast at 15 miles per hour. Note the icons indicating once again shower activity is expected all throughout the week. We'll see if we can zero in on the time frame for that. You are watching News 2 at 10. Thanks for checking in with us. We'll be back in 2.